DLFM 106.9.
Yamamo akwaba Afrika sebano enchiremu enie. Lawyer wojinamo edema boku naba eye maswer abambira wakasa echirem se sese ye kese Ghana di shebi keke so wo man Ghana yen secret no nema bi inside nkoye mfama wo mofiri se no nanam hu bia se amekese no ukopiem wo boku ne mpotem a chese ne ntokwa hodo e kwaso fa ahinsie ho no enipa mako aduonu baako 21 esi amekese no wonom ahwere wonom enkwan lawyer kase no chirem sese ye kese no national security no onu dwumadi omudie efiri se ade pa biara wonom mogwo Ghana ban e de akade nyinada e de abamochi bon sa monye na mfa mo echese mfa nje ban ento ban e woboko ne mpatam enti adenti na ba ne san na matena se ma hinsie sem keke emfinsha bebreni e na boko da bia lata etuo beto na nipa wu enti muntu mentena se na mmamade ya emfa mo nansi fom masa basabasa ya kwaso boko ne mpatam no mompa pomasibira na emra opani a de den ede maswer abambiro yelo ya den okasa no ne samtwefo di nkomo ana wo kirem se ya ne ya papa every say wohwe boko ntokwa ekoso no watena se hwehwema hunu sei Dr. Mahmoud Bawomi o Frank Katini edman pipi amanyoku no ono no oyeman prusi ni senti adesha mwo boko no nso omo yeman prusi fo na tena se hunu sei wono mo demra edesha wono so sabre edi anyamba ho nsama enko se hwefiri so wono maban na waso nti wo metima ide mo pe eno ka ho binti ne ama adesha wono mo boko ne mpote mo yeman prusi fo no wono mo goso wada ebo basotro etwituo toto kukunkum ni pa o kirem se de ekoso no time pan opani aka se kirem se Ghana man penny na daga gufuato na fi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia momoden se adesha mo boko a eba atwede emene enipa de ma hwehwere no kwano mo mfa mra mfa anya adwuma obi biara mo beche ne se wabu mra so mo mra ne ni da ko ba ne se de betimi abode hye bi ne hu na sa na mo bone omutuo no wono betimi atwa ho de afiri mu akasa kire mu se so ma anya ne sa pa de bedu baabi no ebeye den pa se santo kwa ne koso boko no eto betimi atwa opani akasa kire mu se wohwe opani a ne de ni eye sedu abagire no onimu de ntia papa wei yeba mo de atabire no edifiri potem na kokosie ye na ba ne senti nene enipa bia fa kuntu na se adam ba potem ho na mo sei onsan me ne hene e ma mra ohene ete boko ne potem akwamwa so ne senti sana mo na mpani foto kirem se enya na mopa wa mo de so mo na mbedi fom na ho ba mo nsem eti me de hene wakasa kirem se ne manum ye kese de se mpani fom na nsi fom aboko ntokwa de bedi baabi no e ba jentra ha pa oje mra ne sentrafo etwetwe nkomo eye boko na ba ne lawyer ne den ade maswer abambira kasa yemo no emo enchiremu nie.
If the Mamprusis in Boku want to have a community chief for themselves, nobody is quarreling with them. I am a Kusasi man, we are in Accra, we have organized ourselves, we have our chiefs, but we recognize that we don't own the land and that we are under the jurisdiction of the Ghana chiefs. If that is what they want, nobody will quarrel with them. But if you go to Nhyiraba and inskin yourself and come and say that you are chief of Boku, I want to know from them the status of Seydou Abagre. I think that may clear all of this argument that we are having. Is Seydou Abagre coming to Boku to become Mamprusi community chief, or is he going to be paramount chief of Boku traditional area or Kusa traditional area? There's a sitting paramount chief of Boku who has 25 divisions under him, who has been a member and former president of the Regional House of Chiefs, who is the current member of the National House of Chiefs, who is duly gazetted. Do you just get up one day and say, I have skinned another person to become paramount chief? What kind of lawlessness is that? And now they are telling us that if we are not happy,
DLFM 106.9.
You didn't find a reason to go to court. First, I don't know why you keep referring to him as now, because I don't know what now he is. That is why they call it illegitimate. Illegitimate to the extent that, as I've just narrated to you, there's a legitimate chief in the area.
Okay, please answer my question.
Yes, something else can be done, and it is very simple. They claim that, they say that he didn't skin himself and that the Nhyiri skinned him. It's for the Nhyiri to come and tell us that, look, I have chosen one of my sons to go and take care of my people in Boku. That is, and then we are all at peace. If they can come and say that we are not contesting the Boku skin, we just want to be a community chief in Boku and take care of our people, they are entitled to that. Nobody is interested in anybody going to jail.
DLFM 106.9.
Eni a wote ye lawyer ni a ojiramo edema boko na ba le den ade maswer abambira na wochirem se eni ma hodo akwaso boko ne de se mpenifan fom na nsifo bedu baabi no ebe sesra na ba Facebook nso DLFM 106.9 ya video ni bi da so awo pa we yem be shebe yo mobo efri se boko ntokwai na tuoto na manfo dwane awurade da benda enu achi ena Dr. Victor Doke aye lecturer at the Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Center ono so aka se kirem se nansen na boko de na hono mo adwo pam na so nansen ba ne sen ena ne boko ntokwai Emwasa Kenyan o kyerem say ohina okwa prahinie e wobako ne mpatam ela haji eye sedu no edum pempamfam penifo hu ne say enam no sunti ne ntokwa kwasunti wa mamade pebewede ni kosie nanso ye de ne mpa bia nhwe han akwakwata mo pepedi na babio o kyerem say nkopem se papa wei ye bayi no de afiri boko de santokwa na ekoso ne ade tubetuma twa ne atwa kyene nti penifo mamade onfam nansi fo na papa ona so opani a de de sedu eye ala haji no nkwa yini firi ona ba ne sa paade a ntokwa ekoso boko no eto betimi atwa Victor, Dr. Doke, Enkasaye no, emunchire munye.
You know, you can project, obviously. This, I call it, it's an easy analysis to make that. When you have a chief already in an area, and then you have a rival chief who is coming into an area, you are definitely going to have confrontation. So it's either we saw the signs on the wall and didn't act, or there are some shadow stakeholders benefited in all complicity, we're complicit. Now, we'll come to the political side, which plays between the two sides of the
19 lives at stake. And some tell us there's even more.
There's even more, so I heard from my interaction with some friends that I have in Boko. There's even more to it than the 19 lives. How about we do the right thing for the sake of peace, okay? Now, for the sake of peace, we all meaning Ghanaians and we analysts, researchers would agree that Alhaji Seydou needs to come out of Boko, first of all. So then we can now move forward and then talk about resolving that. So to be arrested. Now, if the arrest is going to create a problem,
it definitely will create a problem, you know that.
Exactly. Knowing very well it's an election year and you wouldn't want to lose elections, so you play it safe. Safe by that I mean, issuing another arrest warrant would mean that your people will not vote for you. You can't risk that. You understand? Now, when the Boko Naba plays an embargo on the activities, affecting the NPP side, that also causes or has a cause for concern with regards to who wins and who loses in that aspect. But in all, if you were the government, you would be very careful with regards to, touching Seydou or even issuing an arrest warrant. But what are we actually hoping to achieve? Peace in Boko. So for the right thing to be done, let's get him out of the area, first of all, for calm to be restored. And now we can progress.
DLFM 106.9.
Ni a woti ye Dr. Victor Doke oye lecturer at the Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Center. And waka said we tell say ohina ne den de eye Alhaji Seydou no. Onu man kwata ma no every bako ne mpatam de ayentum na manso no. Enya de to betwa ne etwa kina etirem de aso na ba Facebook no so a DLFM 106.9 video ne da so ba benya bia hwe Kofi. Fa video nto so na Ghana fo mehwe. Behwe mirika pa manfo otu e bako ne mpatam. Edin o. Papa pass ye betena se na manso ba ko pe. Da ben na bako ntokwai. Eto betimi atwa. Sikapa.
Kwadwo.
Bako ntokwai da ben eto betwa because hwe Facebook no so mirika manfo otu.
Izo we wote hwekra na upra eno so abeda na
hwe mirika manfo otu omunamu emirika adan obi pani ni okopa di keke okopa
obi kra betimi ahwere ne kra wo mirika tu
na se nipa makomako 2020 sia mekese omunyina ahwere omonkwa
because wote hwekra na okon wo ho a wewu
na ni made amane ya ahwere ho ne se wo mo omokontokwa na nkasa no mpo no ubo na obi nwe na obi onam ne ba bia okọ ne ba bi keke last week yakoto se ebi nim so kwo hyehye ka asane ade a bebe na hwe omo nkwane nipa no bi kura tu kwan keke onka omo kontokwa no ho ne yakunu agye ne credit afiri ne nsem wa ho nti ye besra adofo nom Ghana mpani fo to sere mu adaye kotodwe esifom yensagu yensayem momode na bokontokwa no momfa mu nansifom afiri se de keka kọ no ano eden pa eno so mu kire mo na ye de asom we yentoa kasebo no eso
DLFM 106.9.
Former Ghana ambassador ma Netherlands Dr. Tony Aidu abechere na adwen afa Supreme Court atemu omubu ewo ema political matters no we na ochemu se judgment omode ma political cases no enso anikrafi se omuye in favor of MPP amanyoko no we no ne central for kasa no kase nsensem a esi ahodro ewo omani ma court onom no omubu atan na no mabu atan no e dia favor MPP amanyoko na majority leader Alexander Afenyomakin insensem e ba efa for parliamentary seats insensem ne ho no se no omubu asem no nani anje ho nti omuhwe no munyan niema no omuye omunjira mfinfin no omuhwe sa atemo no omubu no ombebu ne krojen anya sa kabim na minka bi amanuo no ebe brass wo mangana mu.
The Supreme Court has, over the past years, especially under the Akufo-Addo administration, behaved in a manner as if it is a supranational, supra-constitutional body that can interfere in every act of parliament. Athena Markin's writ did not show any legal cause for interpretation. All it showed was the consequences of the act of 12 members of parliament, that they will be deprived of their membership and so on. Those are not legal matters. They are the consequences of their actions under a constitutional provision that is as clear, does not require interpretation. The Supreme Court, can it tell us how come a purely political issue get the garb of constitutional issue for interpretation? Interpretation against who? The Speaker applied the law as it is stated in Article 97(1)(gh). Automatic application. The consequences you face is the result of the constitutional provision, not the Speaker's ruling. So why is the Supreme Court acting as a fit columnist for the MPP party? Every matter that the MPP loses in Parliament, it quickly goes to the Supreme Court because it knows that it's a packed court where decisions will be in its favor. This is not the route to the proper democratic governance of our country.
Is that a fair comment?
Yes, it is a fair comment because the facts are clear. Is it a fact that these 4 MPs have breached Article 97(1)(gh)? Yes.
The court is yet to decide that.
That is not an interpretive matter. You only interpret where there is a dispute, where there's ambiguity. The Constitution itself makes it clear. So what are you going to interpret? Are you going to interpret when the effects of that provision should take effect? Or are you going to interpret on the basis that their interests are hurt? They should have known that their interests will be hurt. It's a question of their right to be presented. Go to the High Court.
DLFM 106.9.
Eniya utiye ya former Ghana ambassador Emma Nedland Dr. Tony Edu.
Ye free Tony Edu sense ma de ani echiremo ne akopie mo ewo president e de Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Council no GPCC wonu panipo ya president ma wonom apostle ele kwabranya mechen ono kwanso no ye titrani ana chairman e de the Church of Pentecost wakasa echirem se o Ghana de hye ma mo ka biewom amanyoku ahodo ni nyina da momoden se afia bato we ne de se de tie biada ade ba kwa mani kwa ho ne se o Ghana ne kanko na ho bampo ene asomdwa ye wo no menu mominya de kan ade ba ko a ebetimi adi o Ghana nyina nim na timi aboa na afi ya bato ne de bibia tumi to din ye to aba ne wi a asomdwa mapa atimi ade hene e wo Ghana mu emra apostle Eric Kwabranya meche o de se wa de tu dwandrata ema wanom opa national peace campaign e ho ntoma ne de da so say let peace prevail next o Ghana ya masomdwa ene hene dumade ne cross over forecourt e wo state house endrata kwesi adai na ebubobo so to so miensa emra apostle Eric Kwabranya meche okase na o kirem say ebeye ya so o Ghana invention bebreni ene ya transit o Ghana na de kamanka bia membo ne yepe ni senti ede hini ye pan amame ahodo bi atwa ye ho ahia na ukopie mu a entokwa ahodo na ekoso ene ye twetwa mofra bi no nan ede afire so abatan na ma pemfo na ehuna ma na amama bi so o kirem se o Ghana ne ma we ye atwa ye ho ahia no meye kon no ye ntena se ye so betu service na mobon ni binti afo ya bato afi ede ntena ye batena se na ama MPP NDC efrefre ne na gase yakoye de ye penti ma ye ntena se ma manyoko se bendidi ye trim o kirem se we ya kunya na atofom ni senti Ghana nipa biara e beto abande ama no be yo mampeni no ye nyina da o ye Ghana fo ni senti mfasode ye kwa ekoma ye nyina ememo ne kwa bone nso ekoma ye nyina sa de ntini ye betena se na abato kekenti kwabra ne kwatwen krante ekokumi ni nua wakasa akirem se sa na motu na ye koso amama hudo bi so no Ghana ma ye kondo efrise so manya bose na amayefo no badwan de from Ghana on bekwa monone sisi ameka sempo dodo na nkasa ma ekwa abrochiro o Ghana ma ye 43 no o mombo nko school wo kuremu hase bi dodo na nkasa ma de mo ko school na monone wane mo yare mo makwaja yarehwe ewa monone adenti na Ghana ni asabi kapremo entoma no umu woje damra tusre nanso ekoto aba na akofa MPP eye frak omo chese ne omo kro gyan bokom NDC kro gyan bokom na o pa sotro o chemse sana mo ne yetu a emo aye nti afia bato ne yema nkese nkonimdie emra ne nyina ne sei yema asomdwe dawuro no enkata ye nyina ye ni ne mfantu ana mompa ne nyina na so se Ghana ni me ntena se mama nyokuo bi emfra ye ni emanya mfa kwa enkofa ntokwa ena afi nsum na mfa se ensem enkoba twede wakasa kyerem se oma Ghana ho ba moko ni nyina danso wo mu nyina manaso mu adwumade nentumi mmoa na afia bato no bibia ntumi de din wasaka sa kyerem se yisi ona hwe oma Ghana bato so nti onyina ntamu mama de mfa emra bi nkwahya ne nsem enkwata amanyoko bi achi enkobu atanche mantokwa ema bato mu ni nyina ne se onyina ntamu na onto ahiram na bibia nto din na ba ne sade oma Ghana so nje ye wo no ye betimi akra so apostle Eric kwabena nyamekire emra ndrada oba amade yakotira kasem se ne one Ghana fo nyina bedi nkomo no ensema hodo tu dwa e odwumede na ase ye no emu enchiremu enie.
It is crucial to prioritize the peace and well-being of our citizens in every election. Achieving this will require sacrifices, compromises, and concessions. It will demand intentional effort and thoughtful action by all meaningful stakeholders of the land.
Any awuti ye ona ya president the Ghana Pentecostal and Charismatic Church Council no ono kro ye nso na oye chairman the Church of Pentecost the den the apostle Eric Kobra ya meche nene na awuti ye eno achi na ndrada na nyasem kuma kra jumade na se no vice presidential candidate the MPP amanyoko Dr. Matthew Pokupempa do na bon maniso na poko pie mu bi Emphis National Democratic Congress NDC Frank Teenage omampenda da John Dramani Mahama ekopie mo and afenso All People's Congress Hassan Ayalaga kopie mo and Hassan Ayalaga za kire mu say oh ba kwonto kwa na hu behia pass empirifo do no mesi form za santo kwanto kwa no man Ghana so dwe ne betimi aka ba kode ne beka hunti na ndangwa kufu ad Ghana man pani wo tumi so do na besi fo na ba kwonto kwa no eto atimi atwa Dr. Matoboku Pempe so kasa ye kire mu say o ma Ghana yetimu say no bibia ekọ kama kan no hwe ne mu say o ma mka bia wo nyina da ebeta yi se ati no mata ban achi na asomdwa ye wo mu no yensa atimi aka avinsu fankatuni adema endi samanyo kompenda da John Dramani Mahama so kasa ye kiremu se emre bi atwam ye beto abasabasa ye bi ko so nanso empenifo ya hohwe Ghana Police Service ebirim bu mra so ekofa abaloto pe bi di dwane ye nanso o man timi amfa mra amfa nya adwumanti wakasa kiremu se afi we ne de ontimi ntrase enya nhwa ne senti tibia beto dindi a asohwe manga na bato so o mama ne kura nya adwuma Ghana Police Service nso ema mra ya adwuma bi ato mu dindi afia bato no nkunumde be koma o my Ghana na afi so asomdwa ye pe no yensa etimi asoso eno sumu enchire mu nie.
It's not just for peace, it's creating awareness, something to be happy. That's why I'm getting the government becomes playing. 4 weeks to election. This is happening in Boko, it is happening in Wadi. It's coming slowly, it's migrating. Very soon, we cannot all sleep in our homes.
Clergy, like all citizens, should be able to witness voting and counting peacefully without fear of violence. If someone else or is disruptive during the election, they should be made to face justice. The government has a responsibility to hold accountable any criminals who masquerade during the elections as state security operatives. Here today to advocate, to urge us to speak to ourselves that peace is important. But sometimes God allows us to see the contrast between peace and chaos.
Any awuti ye ayandrada emra eye National Peace Campaign ehonto amopa ye ewa krabopure matemu State House no mkopie mo de odikan Dr. Matoboku Pempe fankratuni abedi akire edema MPP amayeko no mampenda da John Dramani Mahama ono so tu franka edema NDC amanyeko no na afenso All People's Congress Hassan Ayalaga ono so na frankratuni ma wonom wanamane na wote ye yento akasebo no eso
Electoral Commission ebie kwan edi aman central for say omo mesha process na omo de print ballot papers no fi so omo di tuja say omo behwe na omo promote transparency wo electoral process nim we na presidential candidate for to abama wom ene 276 member of parliament say sign sema eda ho ntino print na omo print members of parliament ne de we na enyumekuo nsia ana mo print ballot papers na so mo de mo kwakire companies 3 Deputy Commissioner in charge of corporate services Dr. Eric Bossman Asare edi omanim de omo kwa Bulk Press Inolink any Arts Commercial Limited omo na mo print ballot papers no sesia na locations omukoye na agents of political parties any representatives independent candidates no enso ekobi Ghana Police Service any national security for so share say process no omuye ni na bibi entochima omuye na Director of Electoral Services MIEC Benjamin Bino ensu chiremu say transparency omuse omobeye ama electoral process no ombehwe na akosoboko yenti.
The Electoral Commission is showcasing to the world that when you say accountability and transparency in motion, we don't just say it, but we mean it. Electoral Commission of Ghana is one of the few election management institutions in the sub-region that prints its ballot papers in the country. And Bulk Press is one of our major stakeholders when it comes to printing of ballots. For the 2024 general election, Bulk Press is printing 4 regions: Ashanti, Oti, Central, and Savannah regions. Their ballot papers are being printed here. We are here to let you know that printing ballots is not done in secrecy.
Edeya Uti Benjamin Bino Nuya Director of Electoral Services MIEC 4. Owie na ye bossman asari di tu just say Nhyiraba Agyei ye participation nkrofo no editu wa ema ye political parties ni security agencies no omo participation no o Nhyiraba Agyei ho pa.
And the parties, agents themselves can testify that indeed the numbers the EC has given to the parties, that's what we are printing, that's what the printing houses are printing, and that's what EC officials are also checking, and the parties are also checking. And as I indicated, when we finish all the ballots for each constituency together, as far as each region is also concerned, will be bagged, and the parties are going to have their seal. Indeed, the numbers the EC has given to the parties, that's what we are printing, that's what the printing houses are printing, and that's what EC officials are also checking, and the parties are also checking. And as I indicated, when we finish all the ballots for each constituency together, as far as each region is also concerned, will be bagged, and the parties are going to have their seals on the bags. The EC is also going to have its seals on the bag. So everything is very, very transparent.
Nhyiraba Agyei Deputy Commissioner in charge of Corporate Services, Dr. Eric Bossman Asari.
Ye to akase bono so na breaking news bi atodwa ye twa ye ho sema na the breaking news atodwa no e de asomo
DL News
DLFM breaking news. DLFM breaking news.
Yamamo akwaba na momra Facebook no so DLFM 106.9 woba ya di video bi atoso abenya bi na wahwe na breaking news abato DR Agyei nsem kase boso awie echirem say National Executive Edema Ghana Freedom Party GFP amanyoko na confirm Kwadwo Agyei dodo na bono mane say Roman Father so ko tu franka emfama Ghana Freedom Party no e wanyakopo ya adoma openi bambus media ni me ne de tosonson no 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 manim enkotwa pokese no na Ghana amanyoko ni nyina da enta wode machi na nkunibie kese enko emfama Ghana Freedom Party amanyoko no na dwumade no etodwa e wo mamponten ne na kwa Abri East e wo Asante Matanim na dwumade na ekoso no video bi na Montrezo anyasem kuma bra Facebook no so DLFM 106.9 anyasem kuma bra be hebi ye ade afa na fe we de ene ayediem Roman Father e na oda Facebook we saying na the party executive ni kan nyina ne say Roman Father no o ma hu se ne modembo no eso ni ye pa fitiri ma ya mame akua donko e pa ne say o mebontoa anaso medi nachi no ma ya ne running mate no bibia todin kama ni sente o ma hu se do mani bibia betimi akwa nti o mo de ahencha ne de ahya no so nkotu franka dodo na ananu misanka Roman Father e bia ko nkoja nanso o kwa kotu franka e de ma Ghana Freedom Party nti bibia todin na manyoko no mpanifo agaze chirem say ana monto Roman Father tu no eso ne yenti we ni na ade omutu na omde ya hye mame akwadonko ne nyama firi say Ghana fo nyina ne mu say enkanne e na me akwadonko wa firi mu die na ka ne party no aguse to enkan nya dwuma biem nanso Roman Father etmeje ne naso amanyekoro makanifo so atena se ehunye hia say yema me akwadonko wa be bi pam to betimi yaboa wa kode ma Ghana ma evinsu Ghana akuafo da na koma so nti sabotaye ne na dizodi hodi se omani so no enkonkwa ye kwanti Roman Father metwa so na manyekoro mpenifo nyina da no wanu muntimi ta nati na 2024 agukansi ye kwakosi akan akopa mampeni no Roman Fada dodo na tasano no ni dia nkasa pa sha dakam eye Kwabena Agyei dodo na bon mane say Roman Fada no oye morning show host edema DLFM 106.9 no yakopa yadom say de tie bia 2024 abato we die ogina mu pa anyasem kuma na video to montre so no emna ma yekon mu mpanifo ene nsantwofo didi nkomo no enso de to dwa no emu enkyere mu nie
awo publicities and politics person and net day yetimna holu Ghana Freedom Party executives the holu meeting yedi meeting na the way the ba the way no yedi tudani na say the American no nse mu ansan ko to abo we say only one man the papa Roman Fada na emete party no na offer nko boss asas lemo any ayaka no executives no change ma na no na the year can say the American no any the put ayentia o dey the party no the so the kakra bia the papa Roman Fada and the day the president Roman Fada and not say Ghana man nyina say with the help of constituency executives, national executives, and regional executives, and then the president say, "Oh, may a flag bearer, and Ghana Freedom Party, and oh yes, executives, national executives, and regional executives, and then the president say, "Oh, may a flag bearer, and Ghana Freedom Party, and oh yes, no."
Any awuti ye national executives the Ghana Freedom Party GLP amanyo krono ana ono mu kire mu say Kwabena Agyei dodo ambon mane say Roman Fada ona wakoya Frankatini ade ama Ghana Freedom Party amanyo krono yakopɔ ya adoma openima bosome a edi anim ne de tosonson na onkopre oman Ghana omanpani akonwa na oman ze de ekɔ no omaji Ghana man enfafri Enquires mu tini wani breaking news a eto dwa de ye kasebo awia yi yade asemo
DLFM breaking news.
Sikapa
Kwadwo
yenua bema Kwabena Agyei
ai
Ghana Freedom Party for omu kire mi say omo de ahenten de ahye no ensem wei wote no eya wo say
oh na me expect say be sisa because yes o deserve it o deserve it pa say obedi ade no wagina as president ama Ghana Freedom Party no fi say ye na yete asa emom asem na ba ye de na ye ni nje ho na so na ye expectation ni say obegina ama amanyokuo no egina ne na so fi say wa engina ama ye ya ke ho amane
we gina mama nyokuo na nke be ha dwen ho me kura no na ade a medwen ho ne se ye ma me akua donko wa firi mu sese se ko ba se Roma na nyina ana mampo mi na nkwahye akua donko ana mu a na se manyokuo ni guo mu anu no
ai so obi amba
we de omayade
in fact
national executive edema Ghana Freedom Party no oma konkoden pa we de yade a eso ani Roman Fada nso ya ma otiri nkwa pa DLFM fo nyina da yan papa DL nso ma otiri nkwa firi se nkoden pa na wakwen enti wo kwa no so kwakwahye animnyam kofitera o shabox nim o se yan kan kira so ma otiri nkwa ena ye ne ya se women's organizer ne ye yon na Adjoa Siriki ana oye dan special advisor na se nyasem ko wonder eye ne futufo ba betenase awiai nti obo no angaza de mu nkyiremu aka nyina besom nti ana manyoko na mu ade de se anoma anam Adjoa
Kwadwo
yes Ghana Freedom Party ne mu ade de se anoma anam nyasem kumo de wa he obeto ama wo mana
na se na kwa don kodo me president that
okay and Roman de said ya de Ghana nyina ya ni sound se de tie bia afi we abato ne de udam ba kope enti ane musum sansem na ya de asim we yemfi Ghana Freedom Party amanyokonum ne yemfi ya ni mfanchemo National Democratic Congress ndi se amanyokonum a omampenda da John Dramani Mahama na Frankatini edema wonom wakasa echrem se ojanant den ewo mfimpi miene do ne abato abeto no mo no one wakasa echrem se ekwan hodo electoral commission no efa so print ballot papers ne de one ehunu se nsa da nso ne yekram ene bi so mampenda da se ne nsa we yesifo na omade abie ekwan de ato emansam drafo ana ne etwam omade ade omani kotu awisie akohwe ne nyina bio na adenti na wosan aka se kwan amfa so na nyekram na mampenda da John Dramani Mahama yakase do chirem se Ghana fo beka ya 2020 abatu anim enya sem kuma electoral commission maden evefa manyoko na musifo nyina kopiem na so eye mama de omani kotu we say di akire esensan bibia kama na so mu yamoda omani ko fie pe na electoral commission ba omaden ehya ase printing bi e de kwa champion amanyokom se monye na mu nsantintintintim so se be ye betim ya 2020 abato no matimi edi nkono osrem se nimpo bi ka ho pa na MPP amanyokom 2020 abato no wanom etimi edi nkonim wakasa akirem se saa na montu electoral commission ni tuo ne nyade a eso ani ne yanti afi we de wono ne ho maden pa se o ma transparent ye nya adwuma onfa na ni kotu awisie emfa hwe ne mamu ye pa fi nkontabuo so ento dinya firi se koba ne sana so wa mane mama ntumi na ho ba ha adwin pa wa bato enim odem se wa tu jamna ko piem wa sana ligu ene na wache zane etifido matem ana wo kire me se electoral commission na ho bambo ne ma hodo bi a wo hye no bibia ne ho a edadi se wa ye kra so man ga na ba so me so so yempanti odi kokobo na futo de amane se omaden se afi we abato ne de oma papa ye ne hunumu mamade anda ho no mfa ma abato ne nte sa pa de a ebedi baabi no ahwe na asom dwa amane senti se ba asom ebetime de hinenti oma hunumu mapa entimi ni abato ye kwakoto no echi ompende da John Dramani Mahama ne kasa ye no emu nkire mu nie.
This election, we're going to make sure that the election is transparent and fair. In the past, we have always trusted that everybody who is a stakeholder in this election will behave in a neutral and non-partisan manner. But it doesn't always work. In 2020, when we went to supervise the printing of ballot papers, after we finished printing the ballot papers, we packed them, we all signed, our agents left the printing presses. What happened? They started printing ballot papers again. And some of those ballot papers found their way into the hands of the MPP party. On the election day, we caught MPP agents with ballot papers in their hands. We reported them to the police. Nothing happened to them. So this election, we are not taking any chances. Just yesterday, one of our election supervisors went to inspect one of the printing houses, and an MPP person came there and wanted to assault him. We know that when they print the excess ballot papers, instead of shredding them in front of the agents, they keep them and hand them over to the MPP. We are not going to allow that to happen this year. Nobody is going to get hold of any extra ballot papers to go and dump them into any ballot box. This year, we are all going to be vigilant. People to Nimo Yapam. Seko Cheka Muzute is going to be free, fair, and transparent. And I know now equal, inshallah, NDC and D people man.
DLFM 106.9.
Ani a woti ye Frankatune Adema NDC o Chiniyama Nyukuno. Omampenda da John Dramani Mahama ena wote say opoto kasa no no dani daniani e watifi de mantem na de jene bo Jesus say ye ebu chiremo ena yade asmwe yentu akase bo no eso
Ghana fo a omote e ya amanone abeche o ma adwen afa galamsey sensem ne ho ewo mu se omo ntimi ntu abade na so omo sre oman se omo hwe no mu hu ne se galamsey no omo befa no critical election issue sene ebe ya omo betimi asia no efi se galamsey no aba abese ye mpotan mu eye ya pomudin ene economy ne crampo no enya asem ketwa ene ye forest yemfuo ni titru pa ni yensu bonten ani nyina se ene ukonu munsu a enye oyem na bekawa na chese wutiri hu na betutu ene owo bewo ba no na ne nsa eye nsia na ne nan ye miensa ne enan a enye kran tu no mo hwe no mo nsia no kwan a omo sanso chemu se Ghana Water Company Limited e de abetu dwa se so ma hwe no mo nsi galamsey na no a water shortages a ekoso no ebedu 2030 die na wo se Ghana ye import nsuo enfri aman fufuro mu yente nsema omukan
Botso de me make fa won say omomodia no mo ntu abani yie na yenye wonchu bia enti omo ntu abani kama na say na nsuo ni Ghana de bibia boy din enti mo mpo modia say ifo no galamsey fo no omo djuma ye na omo je galamsey ni ye na yenye nsuo ye mo a me ma me no mo Ghana na omo nye nsuo anom
galamsey illegal mining. This is something that's ongoing since And it seems that every party that comes uses it as a manifesto to say, but no one ever does that, and it's getting worse and worse. It is time that we actually put our foot down. I know there's a lot going on in terms of struggles, poverty, and everything. However, it seems that the leaders are taking advantage of these things, and obviously the richer again richer all the time, and that is where the issue is. The fact that it seems that the laws in the country are actually not being enforced. MBP4 by the vice and also by the Oki Katra, the manifesto, and then the Okunina. But the question I am when they say, how come and why is it that all of those things that he's saying, how come he was not able to do it now? And see, Sena Betnyaya, Mena same this and say, Sena Betnyaya, Aden, Intina, Baumia, one yeno, a brana, or empower no castle call power, and I'll be for Galamse, I once had a feel of it before coming to Palermo. Baby, I'm a war na in fact, they are a wholesome. I'm going to say failing in a way. A quite minimum so failing say a true rabino of value abaye betwama no enti ema de no wa susu anasa de no wa plan say o ye no ujaye because ashase no it was very good and it was very lawful and na ode ye nyoma no but a chair to abana ohun say NDC ben no na batu nim no and ama what die because ohun say omo betu atia no in the next upcoming another the upcoming elections and that is really bad. Say, in fact, over Palermo, I asked myself, because it is a need who are saying, but any crowd, we vote your power, and my penny be scammers mouth, or scam the Sagadio say, my neighbor, and I'm a well said man. That's how you have bread and it's a bit. It drew about to us. That's it. I'm very surprised. We will not all come and cook up and you be bad or bet it. No come and couldn't be. I feel your bread, freedom. You pay freedom. You may be a dick, Skababa,
DLFM 106.9.
Enia echeguye ye Ghana foa omoti amanone a omokasa fa ye galamse oha ne ho.
Etina mo kyeresa afi na ba na yeto a yentu ni ye on.
Oh abaton de afi yeto se yetu ni ye.
Ana mo se galamse ni ha adwen.
Pao.
Galamse ni de ye nim se sia.
Advert bi anenam TikTok minim se wa hu dia.
Da bi minya hu mo se de.
O se ne upe so utiri hu atutu o utiri hu afu na so pe se de bia utiri hu tutu se ne be ya hu se iska wo baba shop ene enum galansio.
Sa.
Ene o ye matim na wuntimi nko unkutimi goja na ya num galansio. Wa wuntimi ndane so num galansio nya de abesoli bio.
Ehun samra na ye koso o TikTok no. Na nsen na empanifo ka ho nsema na nso mere kakra nim ni. Emra sa parliament fo nsem be sensen o de se bi o wi anam no. Etu atwa. Yente ho asem bio. Amanonefo no so akasa ga na empanifo e be sere mo ada. Yentimi ntena se nkwo ba e wo mara bofra no ne nan baako ne sen baako betutu. Na hwi ni ho de yentimi ntena ho. De yesere mo ada. Mamu na mamoto. Ghana de hye mu ni kurum mpo na ekese ne ye wo kurum ade de ne be ka. Ehun nsem eno no. Yantu akasere bo no se ne yemfa ya ni fanti mo frankatuni edema MPP amayoko ne doctor Mamudu Bawumia wakaze chirem se adehye amoya hemfo amo Kenya sen hwidiem Kenya sen na mawa ne potem de mate de ne every say afi we de enkasa na ba ne kwa wiye no o na mo ho tom papa o chirem se akwan do potem ho nyina do baba no ho moden se obetimi di kota yi bia guso ema so ayetum na mo bo made tukwan a o mo ho atima ye ntempan Dr. Mamudu Bawumia se mekase obontoa e wa ya hafo mantanim na se obomade an se obetini e ya abato mpesu aso mako eye nsia wa hafo mantanim se ne obomade ya abo man Ghana so watimi transform ne kama ne kasa mu na one ade hia wo mo Kenya se number 1 e na mfin so ene ne wo asitifi eye no abato nkosi eye mpesu aso na wo kirem se ade hia mo hwidiem Kenya se kwan ne de obeye ne senti afu abato no ondenten na waka ene man se odasoro hanom 1 pe Monva monzam presse so na montoma na firi se mani ma wopo no obebo na homade ahunu se obefra konwa so de se abompani abedi akire no o na bibia tomato din se be ya afi fufura abai obetina be ga na mampanin wakaza akire mi se omugusu ayi ya kwan ni bia yesa kwan ye de empia manyokuro no abadi twama funuma wamba adwuma adempa ne senti Kenya asefo nso de onim se mraka e wona nim atia so mampani abedi akire de nanso no aka akire mu prince se enkasa afu enkwa wieye ne ento abade ne Kenya asefo adehya mo hwidiem de na makwa ni nyina da yagusu se tum e de mamo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne kasa ye no emu nkyere mu nie
Nananom ninim se kwanya medium to Kenya se kwan edamo akoma so pa meso edam akoma so ene anape yeba na mebisa se contractor no on making sure say before ye beto abana asphalt no edaso straight from me ho ejuma wa share se eye enchi bia I think less than a week obe who say first layer base no na edaho contractor no so ordinary asphalt machine no so abedu enti mimi wojidie say before I beto abadie na tum adie betum enda ho ema ye nyina enti ene de meso many better so far before yam shiase na ye njai nana emba so sa ye be no minim say TVET school no so ewo ho a yenye wie enti mekwa and get fun, we will continue that project. Very important, say, Mamo. Enti, asema ewo honi na ni betina kuniano so anana na oba president of the Republic of Ghana. Enti, yebeye juma bebre.
Eni awoti ye frankatune edema osunu kokama nyoko no MPP. Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Odo kresi wa mpani abedi akire. Nene na awoti enu achi ena ohina no ena da hwediem ena afinsu Kenya asia no ne den edena na osai Kofi Obiri wakasa akire mu say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia obo adwuma pam ti otana chi pemen afinsu wakasa akire mu say ade ba ko na ni Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ho ne say okasa wanka brofo ewumso onya santini de onya akane nanso ne kasa waka no bo no homoden say obetumi aka na kankasem na Ghana fo dodo a wono muncha dante brofo kasa no wono mate asienti sa na mo no otunu mpo ene de pa ne sente onkwaso ada na wanka twi ne betimi aboa ma nto abobo no enkonimdi ekese ya pa atimi akwade ama na afinso MPP amanyoku no eno sumu enkyeremu enie
Eniema wa ye bebreberi nyina ye bompa ya ye bobi ma o se ipa dodo a ye beto abama dodo anu ana sabi omunnim nwuma asemka o se senyame boa ne be kura wo sabu twan uduru ba bia o sere kasante kasa because ni pa dodo anu anti professor dia me man ko school nti no adawroma akofom kakra ma wadawroma o se ya kanfo yenka ye kasa ne yakoka abrofo de na eno na sabi ne ha adwene nto sere o se ma oni nkopa ne akofom mai na me ntibrofo waben ye babampa ya ka wachi de wobibia ne nyankopon aboa ama wonsaka
eni a woti yei ukopie mu e wa hwediem Kenya se na ma wono no e na ye ohena owo mpotem honom ne den ade na osai Kofi Abiri nene e na woti yei na yenko Facebook no so e na adwentwere Ghana de hye bi aba no yenjemre ne kinka ne nyina emfa emamo if say ya so be send message na wankan e basa ne yedi wabropa we e dele kwa yete oso hwe live edi free nkura kan na ochem say good afternoon yenso yaje so pam we Filippo kwabre kasemo ono so kirem say eni se amanyokum ne ade pabia de momanga nanti yemama de se behwe soro honom na ya press one na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia abefo mangana akwanwai atena so pam osenche akese pa enko enfama father one cantona Evans ono ane daughter Frempon Manson echa ene mo keke ka ho ayo yadase we si piaga o se yam press one pe na enya press one pe be break 8 no masomdwe atimi aba we su di free eye oda itema o se Ghana fo obi aye hia ne pa de Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia free say and this amanyoko ni Frank Atuni o mampenda da John Dramani Mahama de o kirem so ye incompetent ne mo de mo nso aninti abana mo to amutunti an nyesara mko yi ni pe Ghana ebehu na mane pan wensu edifree eye Bat Smith ono so agaze kirem say o so Kwadwo me hwe live edifree Kumasi senior we fra mano ne aba ye ma yentonka ya da se pa wensu eye Richard ahwe ye DLFM news o se eye original ne demba ko pe o se oboy aba so pa ne eye live ewe gbetire DLFM man na esa ne so gbetire senior ya da se pa ne se edem ye chiao we see action boy ATM or see DLFM news no size or share live edifree afienya eye okay or say afienya eye mobile ata mensa ata mensa is it mobile okay mobile ata mensa hono so odifree or share edifree yo ya dase wensu every hajia hawa or say we there congratulations enko enfama Roman father every say na ye wa wada ena hinche kese atesa nso Ghana Freedom Party fo apagya de ahye wunti no we de wa made atobo baako e de akum numa mienu nti awadapa ana afi nso enkuranhya sam na ode ma wo we nso every coffee parliament ana wo kire me say politics de oman Ghana ye wo kire me say ade bia le ni ho a Ghana fo eye etime de boa yo manyi da policies ahodo betumi aboa Ghana ne de omomo made mfa nwa kwa na betumi aboa pan nte sa de o dede ni nyina ye dede hunu kra we ye coffee parliament wo so odi free aguna bobikuma ya dase Anita entry was Roman father congratulations enkoma pa Anita was odi free da command no what say wow was na molance no ya da se pan when so edi free gifty young or say wafanie ye ya da se ana when so edi free nana atoma or say Roman father obo abaso pa na we dey deserve pass na ya wawoda na nso akuadon ko free mo no ya ba modern ya pagya hinche dia sha o say okotu franka e dia ma Ghana Freedom Party ye ya da se Janet Mansa, honestly, sir, Roman father, also deserve you yate. When see a fosu, Yao Francis, also good afternoon. Also day, also a chair, bana, or can you say a chair, pana, or no one necro. Hey, fosu Yao Francis, you ya that's it. Ya that's a pa, also a can hope awati. And Sikapa, what do you don't know? Fosu Yao Francis, also a chair, pa. You. Hansen dear do. I say good afternoon, Sammy. Thank you for your good work. Now see your birthday, Enko Enfama, senior man himself, or see Soro, or here in live, ready free inside Atomic Hotel, Dansuman. Dear do you ya da say. Where do you adventure ban? You go so far adventure about the buy by Jemre. Now ya can pa at the amount. Na yantoaka se bonoso.
President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo abekire se eye na howa se eye free SHS Saudi baye or how ebe mu nyina no watimi agina still na free SHS no etimi ko nanim we na okasa wo eye 75th anniversary ewa Prempeh College ewa Santimemu na okase eye COVID-19 no ye oha kase kra ebaye no omutimi gina no e di free SHS naba 2017 ebesi eye 2024 yi no mo sanso e hye se ye na MPP abai no ombekọso ahwe se enwuma pa omudi egu akwa mama eye esukufo no omobekọso abon homodin no maye into no mudi eye new programs any initiatives ebegu akwa mu aboa adisuafo any achechefo.
I'm proud to say that Prempeh College has been a shining example of what our nation's youth can achieve when given the opportunity. Prempeh College has consistently excelled in academics, proving year after year that its students are among the best. Just look at the vaccine results. Since 2018, Prempeh has achieved pass rates that will make any school proud. In 2018, social studies had a pass rate of 98.4%, while integrated science reached an outstanding 99.2%. This tradition of excellence has continued year after year. The considerable budgetary allocations within the period, totaling some 12.8 billion cedi, amply illustrate the sheer determination of the Akufo-Addo government to ensure that education becomes a catalyst around which the transformation of our nation revolves. I am particularly proud of how in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic and other dire economic constraints, we were able to sustain the free SHS program and enhance it even further with the addition of free TVET and free STEM.
His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo when a owie na ye mampohin da sibra osebonsu esode ninsem etuja.
Gratitude for government support and the free SHS policy. This has been dwelt in detail by our illustrious outgoing national president, President Akufo, who has demonstrated beyond all reasonable doubt that he has at heart our dear Prempeh College.
Enia uti ye eye mampohin da sibra osebonsu.
Yeah, na Ghana this year. Na nsem we se na ebegina. Na ena awia kase boyi. We edi anda so pa ya gem nsem kase bo. Na ebegina nsem we so, na de nyina da e de asi kase bo musemfo eye Mace, Mebel, Entry na se kase bo no mede ma yen. Okoji abo okran so ebo aye mpa di breaking news ahodo be twetwa ya kwamu a. Na nya asem kuma kra, ono so boy kase bo dem mu. E ma bibia tumi to tin. DJ Afiba enso ba won ho maden chinchima afide ni fruma e de sem ye na kofitera ba ma Telegram nso e de ekopie mo Facebook no so a videos ahodo ene yenim ededa Facebook no so nya bi hwe ya ne nyina da e kofitera na damma ene ba maden odi ne nyina kopie mo Facebook no so e de ma yen nansa mesore so no awoda kese pam e na abayi me madamfo ba kon oye adwuma ewo Angel TV ne din e de Hajia Sweetness enti kofitera bo ame bo maden ne bo ame ne din e de Hajia Sweetness na wo kirem se ne maame ene na wodanti awoda kese pa enko emfama ne maame enti Hajia Sweetness no ono no na ye producer Edima Angel wontimi ka wasem no na wo kirem se ne maame odo ne pan na hwa wahwe ne ye die ye enya hwe ketu anti ene na woda no twede yamponyankopon ompagya no onfa no kwa soro no ya ne kese ade pa bi a wasase ne so no ye abofre wo ho ofepa me wafase ketua onse ma wafase ne ho ofepa ne ho ofepa na maame no so wose no ye Hajia Sweetness enti we die o cheme se ne maame ene na woda die nyankopon ya ne kese ya pa na menim ne maame ne di nu so obefa awede ya menim wamfa di na mfa maame nti on de wo no ane ho enti Hajia Sweetness o se ne maame ene na woda kese enti twide amponyankopon onhyira no na onya ne kese ya de pa bi wasase we su no o ma ne nsa entimi enka bin we are Ghana de shebe gina we nyina so na yenche ene awie kase ebo no we ya geme nsem kase ebo no ye jase ya bunu kom se pon ene anu mienu abesom awie no edi ameje so takrade Kwadwo krom twabe wudi hyekonkron wa matenten gram a enwi ni ahofe edwa me kwakọ pre ma shebe dwa kwamwa o twabe wo edi ameje so ye Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy B mene
Adjoa Agyei Sikapa
mi sorry swei na nano Adjoa silky oba betenase chinchuna atwan kwame afum kan ho na afin so sagisi journalist omba betenase na dia lawa no wana mo de atoa wo so ndi mo de kasa fidie no Enquires na DLFM 106.9 emu bibia mo enitia adehye
Give us P capsules.